Hi folks, it's LMP3 time at Canadian Tires, so let's crack on with it. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show you the info tab. We have the fixed iRacing setup and a track temp of 103 Fahrenheit, which is quite toasty, and a moderate usage of 44% is what I always use for these track guides. Now, the lap I'm going to show you, I did a fair few laps around here because they're only just over a minute long, which is quite nice. So in the open session that's 30 minutes, I suspect we're probably nearing the 25 lap counter. So yeah, I probably, fuel-wise, I know a few people ask me questions about the open setup, but please test it yourself, because fuel usage is different depending on how heavy-footed you are on the old loud pedal. But I would probably say 16 gallons should be enough to do the half an hour race. But don't quote me if I'm wrong, that is entirely your decision, just a guide. If you want to be safe, probably take 17 or 18, but you should be golden with 16. Anywho, the lap I'm going to show you is lap 28, which is a 1:12.745. Now that is coming to sort of a midway on the stint. So I pitted for a new car there, did a few 13s, made a whoopsie there, and then got into the high 12s and then low 13s again. Did the same round here as well, got into the high 12s again and low 13s, and obviously had a whoopsie there. This down here is the open setup. So what I call this the open setup is basically I take the fuel down to about 15 gallons and I still keep the fixed setup, but these are the times that I can get with lower fuel in, basically. So low 12, I suspect we'll see low 11s in the open sessions with you know, fancy setups and obviously the perfect amount of fuel. But yeah, mid sort of low 12s into the 11s when I can on the open session, on the open fixed session, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the lap I'm going to show you is 28 anyway, which is a high 12, 12.745. Otherwise, I'm going to show you the split times. Obviously, these are the fast lap, and my optimal is 11.9, so we can get there on the open sessions. If you are looking for this lap, have a look on my Discord where the OLAP, BLAP, telemetry and replay file will all be in there. So obviously the OLAP and BLAP will be my best and my optimal, so that'll be with the lower fuel from the open setup. And you can look at the telemetry and obviously the replay file for the entire session, so you can actually see, this lap. You'll see the replay file from this lap, so then you can pick your braking points from there. So it's the best of both worlds scenario. Also, I'm using Garage 61, so this will have the whole session on there, and also have the OLAP and BLAP, so you can compare my telemetry with yours. Garage 61 not affiliated with them, but just a nice addition if you did want to use it for my track guides. Otherwise, I think that's everything, so let's crack on with the breakdown lap. Right then, Canadian Tires, and turn 1 appears quite quickly, and we're actually using the shadow from the cables above our heads, so bear that in mind. First few corners, you will need a graze brake through here, but fourth gear through here, a little bit of curb, not too much because there is a bump there on the apex, and be careful out running wide. I short shift into fifth just to try and help us through, but be careful on the first few laps because it is sketchy as anything. Bring the car over to the right hand side, and then as we get to the top of the hill sort of thing, this is the best braking point. Big lift in fifth gear, you can go down to fourth if you're more comfortable. Make sure you cut that white line there, probably a little bit less than what I do there to get that bump, but you will feel the car grip up as you're coming downhill there, and then you can get on full power. Be careful with exit, because if you go off in there, it's not a good thing. Over to the left hand side now, look at the billboard that we can't see the front of. That's our braking more as we pass it. Brake nice and easy through here. Stay on the sort of the re-tarmac bit there, and you want a late apex as the curb end's just there, and then you should be able to go on full throttle and let the car naturally drift out. Be careful about running too far wide here, because you see the wall comes back to the track and meets us, so that can be very nasty as well. The Continental Bridge is our turning point for this one. This is absolutely flat out through here. Do not go anywhere near the apex curbs. They are dangerous. And then what you end up in, you want to brake down that straight line of that white line there. Brake nice and heavy at the first bit, because you need to get all your braking done now, because over this bit you want to be really neutral, really gentle, really delicate. Change it down into first again, gentle on the brakes. Don't worry about the apex, just worry about getting on that throttle as early as you can. be very careful about spinning into there. The car is very dim-witted on slow speed corners. All you need to do is just focus on the exit and get a good drive out of here. This is by far probably the only overtaking point through here, minus someone making a mistake. So getting a good exit out there is going to help for attacking and defending. Right, second to last electric post, or whatever you want to call them. That's our turning point. You can turn in flat out through this one, and then as the curb ends there on the right hand side, just lift off, drag the brakes down into 4th gear, stay nice and close to the right hand side of the circuit, and then as the second curb ends, brake again down into 3rd. Easy around here. Again, compromise this one. You want to stay as far left as you can, and at this point when you see the Audi signs, that's when you want to start braking. I stay in 3rd. You might want to do 2nd around here, but nice and gently through here. Do not touch the curb because it's the size of Mount Everest and will push you wide. Get on full throttle, and again, watch the exit, because if someone touches that grass, it's a one-way ticket into the pit wall barrier on the right-hand side, so bear that in mind if you are following people. Otherwise, that is a very quick lap here, done and dusted in a 1 minute 12.745. I do expect to see some 10s in top split, and I think I can get into the 11s if I give the open session a go with a bit less fuel. We might even see 11s in top split, to be honest, on the fixed series. But yeah, very, very quick corners. And again, just be careful about that Moss corner, I think it is, turn 5. It is very, very easy to get that wrong, so make sure you survive around there. Also, should be better for multi-class around here. The circuit is a bit bigger and a bit more open, but obviously be cautious. Turn 1, I'll be very cautious. Try and get the cars on exit. We will be carrying way more speed than they will around most of these corners. It is a very fast and good downforce circuit. Turn 2, again, be cautious. You're probably going to need to go underneath them on the exit of turn 2 because they're going to string out wide just because of the understeer. Turn 3, again, you probably don't want to be on the outside of turn 3 because, again, the GT cars will naturally understeer. Turn 4, again, just be careful on the outside. They will tend to understeer. They won't have a lot of grip. Turn 5, going into that Moss corner, again, you've got to survive around there. So it's probably not ideal trying to overtake a GT car. The back straight is the back straight. We should have the legs on them, not a problem. Turn 8, you could probably go around the outside because, again, they should stay to the right-hand side to open up turn 9 for them so you can nip up the inside around there. Again, be cautious with multi-class. You never know. Anyway, if this did help you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, do that love YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.